Good afternoon, everyone. This is Unk of Life coming to you all with a new video. I'm trying to adjust this camera. I don't want to be too much up in you all's face. Too much up in you all's face. But today I wanted to come and talk to you about this new thing that's going on. It's not a thing. This new incident that went on with the kid, Nolan Wells, the teenager, 18 years old. First of all, I want to say I give condolences to his family in regards to this situation. It's a very sad situation, and I hope justice is served. But I just wanted to talk about this because I had mentioned it to one of my co-workers, and it was a African American female, and she was like, I saw that and it really hurt my heart. She was like, but I don't watch the news like that. And I thought to myself, I really don't watch the news like that either. The only reason why I came across it is because I watch documentaries and different stuff here on YouTube, and so I'm able to see what's going on. I don't watch the local news, I don't watch the world news unless it's something really big. Like, I don't really pay attention to it because at this point they put so much stuff out there. Some of it's false information, and then some of it is to scare you, and you won't even want to go out the house. So I don't watch it. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this because a lot of people, they want to sweep it up under the rug. But as you can see, there have been various videos from Caucasian people that they've been putting videos out saying that, telling black people, do not hang around a bunch of white people. It's not safe. There are various videos out there. They're saying it. And I've always just thought, like, I've never tried to fit in. I've never really tried to fit in with them. You have to be respectful to everybody. That's the thing, that's how I live my life. You want to be respectful to everyone. You don't want to put anyone any higher on a pedestal than anybody else. But some people, especially some African American people, they feel if they get in good, or if they hang around or associate themselves with the majority race, that they're going to be looked at in the same way or as equal. I know we have fought and we are continue to fight for equal rights, but I'm thinking to myself, I'm our culture, as far as African Americans, is associated with a lot of negativity. It is, and I'm going to say that because I have friends from different parts of Africa, and I've spoken to them in regards to this topic. And a lot of them, they say when they see us on TV over there in different countries. Sorry for the interruption. The ambulance is going past. But when they see us on TVs in different countries, they always put us in a negative aspect as far as black women being baby mamas, and black men leaving the family. And I was like, that all was constructed from slavery. I mean, it's true. They took the male away from the female. They broke up the families. They sold off the kids. Like, everybody was separated. They did that purposefully. And it's something, and that's why I said it's important for you to know your history, because a lot of people say, oh, that was back then, we can forget about the past. No, we can't forget about the past, because The past is it reflects on who you are today. Like you cannot forget about the past. And that's what so many people try to do is sweep things under the rug, and how that integrates with what I'm talking about this topic is that some people going around saying they do not see any color. Now, yes, we're not supposed to see any color, and we're supposed to treat everyone fairly. That's how it's supposed to be. But we all know what keeps continuously happening in this world. And to be honest, nobody wants to be black. I, like myself and my culture, I have accepted it. I'm okay with it. But when you sit down and you talk to some people, I've even talked to mixed race people with maybe a black mother, white mom, or black mom and white father, and they consider themselves to be mixed. They will not. There's some of them that will not say that they're black. Nobody wants to be a Negro. They will go to the grave saying I am not black because of what they have associated, um, what being black is associated with: negativity, slums, uneducated, ignorant, baby mamas, thug, uh, low income. That's just, yeah, poverty. That's what they associate that with. So nobody really wants to be black. But I just think that it is important for parents to teach their kids that you should be proud of your history. Our history was not, it did not stop during slavery. That, I know they make that seem like it's a big thing and a big part of our history, which it was. And we were set, 300 years back behind them, financially, social, economically, all of that. We were set back. But somehow, the resilient people that we are still thriving and becoming educated and entrepreneurs and all of that. And that's one of the main reasons with this social media, and a lot of people starting to see how well African Americans are actually doing as far as moving forward and not thinking about slavery and thinking about improving their lives. It upsets people. We were not meant to be equal to them in their minds, in their twisted minds. The people who think like that, we were not meant to be equal to them. So you can take somebody of an African American background and somebody of the majority background, and the person who's African American, they have a degree or they're an entrepreneur and they're making really good money. They're on the internet, Instagram, posting pictures of them going out of the country, flying in private jets and just luxury bags and stuff. They don't like that. It's in people's face now, with this social media. So they don't like that. They don't like that. We were meant to be entertainers to them. And you say entertainers, the people who play football, baseball, basketball, boxing, all that stuff. You see, they make so much money. They're entertainers. They're entertainers. And there's nothing against that, but we just have to keep in mind. Like the movie Django, when you watch, they was on their boxing. That was something back in slavery that they had them do. And then you had the field Negro, and then you got the house Negro. They got to stay in the house, and the house Negro did everything that they could do to make the field Negro look bad, and they would watch them and make sure they didn't escape. It's just so much. And it's all, like I said, it's integrated into how we live now, because if you look at it, you got the same dynamics when you go to work at some of these jobs. You get some African American people who may be in higher positions that you are in, and they try to crack the whip and make you stay in line because they think it makes them look better to who? The majority. Yeah, it's a mindset that keeps trickling down, but we have to educate the young children about this because, like I said, when the mother was talking about, excuse me, I'm sorry, during a press conference, when the mother was talking about Nolan in regards to how he was as far as his demeanor, you could tell he was a good kid. He was educated. They lived in a suburban area. His parents, he had both parents in his life. You could just tell that they were good people. I just got the feeling that they were good people. And a lot of people, like I said, they don't like that. They don't like that. But that's something, as an African American female, I can't speak for males, but something that I noticed as an African American female, how much we have to fight. We have to fight our own people because my own people don't feel that I should be where I'm at. They don't feel I should be a nurse. They don't trust me. I have, I, I get it from my own people, and then I get it from other races where they don't think I'm smart enough, or it's like it's always something going against me. But I've just chosen to remove myself from that and to think positively and to watch the people who I hang around. So if people don't have the same mindset that I have as far as a growth mindset and wanting to educate themselves more about what's going on in the world, I don't hang around them. I don't. I mean, I'm not going to get in a relationship with somebody who's not trying to get involved in what's going on in this world and ignoring things, because what you don't know about can hurt you. And in this situation, that's kind of what happened to him. He was just hanging around them because those were his so-called friends. You see in the media, they keep saying his friends. Those were not his friends. Not one of them tried to save him. They came home and acted like nothing happened. Whatever they told their mother, this, that, and the other, da da da. And they deactivated their social media accounts. Those were not his friends. They keep saying it too. His friends. They were not his friends. This video is getting a little bit long, but I'm just coming to tell you to be mindful of who you hanging around. And I erased some of my previous videos because I was in my uniform when I was recording. So I had to erase those because, again, you have to be mindful of what you're doing and what you're putting out here. And I thought to myself, I cannot be coming and talking about different topics while I'm wearing my work uniforms because they may not agree with some of the things that I say. And I know there's different people who may be watching me because of maybe word of mouth or who somebody shared the video with. I don't know. But I try to keep it respectful, and I cannot bring the organization that I work for into my views. But anyway, just something to think about. Again, being mindful of who you hang around, who you share your business with. Just watching how you're moving out here in this world, what you're posting. Because you may be posting things and you think you're happy. Oh, I got a business started, or I'm successful, or I'm doing this. And people don't like that. They don't. They don't like that. And I'm not saying go to hide in a corner. But you have to kind of move in silence. Move in silence when everything is up and going and when nobody can throw a monkey wrench in your plans. But anyway, you want to enjoy the rest of this weekend. Be blessed.